Welcome back to episode 7 of the Talking Cleary Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Mitch. This is Flaxxy. How you doing, brother? How's your week?
Mate, it's been a busy week. It feels like a lifetime since we sat together.
I know, it has been a while. You missed me?
Mate.
We're all live on your TikTok last night, you know.
I had to block you for a few days after the business stuff, but, unblocked you.
That's not true.
No, it's not true. But,
block me.
Just
trying to help you, mate. Just trying to help
me. Mate, but very busy week. Had the Adidas event, got a tattoo, had the Panthers event, had the Origin game, which, we'll get to in a second. Both Panthers games. Busy week. What about yourself?
You go, mate. Well done. Mate, I've had a pretty busy week too. Obviously, heap of footy, Origin, the Panthers game. Yeah, there's a lot happening. But a little bit of housekeeping to start with. Thank you, everyone who has liked, comment, subscribe, has followed our Instagram page, has given questions to Flaxxy for his hot segment, Flaxxy's Fan Mail. It's popping off.
Fan mail. It goes off,
popping
mate.
off the kids.
It's never been so popular, mate.
Half of the people who asked the questions were playing Among Us with us last night too. How good.
100%.
Look at us go.
And the other half was my brother just trying to rage bait me. So
That's all right. You're still a Nils fan anyway.
Oh, come on, mate.
Mate, unfortunately, we have to start with a bit of an Origin review.
I don't.
What I want to do prior to that, can you just tell me about your ankle?
Mate, so
tell me about Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, it was a bit of a weird one. So, Tuesday's the day. We'll just go with the day. So, obviously, I went to the Panthers training session.
Oh, yeah. You did too.
Got to see a few of the boys, spoke to them very loosely.
Question.
Did
you go with preparation, as we discussed, and ask them what try celebrations they're going to do?
Mate, I did. I went to the players. Like, they came up to us after the training session,
mate.
obviously.
I'm proud of you.
Mate, I asked them.
Did you ask Ivan?
I even asked Ivan. I was like, what's your celebration going to be? And he's like, I might give Maccas to Nathan if he plays well. Obviously, he ended up didn't. But no, I went to some of the players. I spoke to them, and they gave me, the answer of, you'll have to wait and see, the media answer.
What about when you spoke to Blaze?
Spoke to Blaze, mate. He had no idea. He was like, I got nothing, mate. I was like, don't, mate. Good news, I'm here. I'll give you some of my ones. So I said to him, I was like, if you score, mate, give me the LeBron. So
yeah, but that's LeBron from 2014.
Mate,
he doesn't do it anymore.
But
he hasn't done it in 11 years.
Doesn't matter. It was the prime. It was the prime of LeBron.
I disagree. 2018, Lewis prime.
Well, it was the greatness of LeBron. And who do we think is greatness? Blaze Salangi. It just makes sense. And I also gave him the pay homage to...
You know what? It was number 6 LeBron. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. See? Think smarter. But, yeah, I also went to him. I was like, you can pay homage to the player that played before you, Jerome Law, and do that one. So, I hope he uses it.
Unfortunately, he didn't score. You saw the light and you saw the...
Mate, I predicted it right. I told you. I said he's going to pull it out. What a mad guy. We'll get to that game eventually. But, yeah, no, the boys were cool. Ivan was cool. Yeah, it was a really cool event. And then after that, I went to the Adidas event. And there was a tattoo.
What was that?
Mate, it was awesome. Both Morris brothers were there. Craig Wing was there. It was just a really cool event.
Did you get a photo of Craig Wing? I wonder who was the best looking bloke in that photo.
Clearly me. Mate, he's the best looking guy in rugby league. Yeah, no, it was an awesome event. Bunch of content creators there. Me, Fred, Sports Shed boys, Winston, Brandon Savage, all those boys. Shout out to you boys. Yeah, and there was a tattoo parlor there. And, for a piece of content and... scarred me for life. I've got I got Go the Blues on my right ankle. So for the rest of my life, which didn't only, I would say, curse the Blues on Wednesday, then I tried to redeem myself with the Carlton Blues, and they went to absolute shit on the Thursday.
Why did you get that when you're a cane toad anyway?
Oh, mate, because I'm showing my loyalty to the Blues, mate. I'm not a turncoat. I'm not a bandwagon.
All right, so the event was all good. Did you go to the Origin game?
I didn't go to the Origin game. I streamed it.
Okay, I went to the game.
Yeah, finally go to a game. It took him how long?
Why do you think I don't go to games?
Saving up all your pennies for this one.
You know what? I think this was maybe the 6th or 7th State of Origin game I've ever been to. I've never seen a win.
So it's your fault. Yeah. It's your fault.
The first one I went to was when Tallis lassoed Fred Hodgson over the sideline. I've been to 4 or 5 since then, and then including this one. We've been to one at Suncorp. We got beat. Yeah, been to a few, and I've never seen us win a game.
Yeah, so it's your fault.
Yeah,
it's your fault. Don't go to games. Don't go to games.
So I won't go to games.
Don't go to games. I'll keep going to games. But yeah, no, I streamed in that and I got absolutely roasted all online. A bunch of my videos went off viral, but yeah.
Did the video of you saying the only player that played well for New South Wales shouldn't have played? Well, you're also saying Dylan shouldn't have played, who got him out of the match too. That's interesting.
Mate.
You know your sport.
I know my sport. As a Panthers fan. But yeah, no, do you want to... Let's go into the game. What went wrong? Because a lot of things. I think
full, rugby league aside, Cameron Munster, what a man!
Yeah.
Mate, there's absolutely no chance, and I'm not comparing myself to Cameron Munster, but if my dad had passed for it prior to that, there's absolutely no chance I could have fronted up and did what he did. And I think as soon as I saw him walking through the tunnel and he just had this steely look in his face, he just looked like he was just on. Yeah. I was literally sitting with people and I was just like, oh, fuck, this is
here we go.
This,
Script's already
we
written.
are fucking no chance, basically, in my head. I was just like, we are absolutely no chance. So, mate, it wasn't what he did on the field. I think he just inspired his team. He was still really good in the game. He didn't do anything wrong, but it was, the players around him really lifted in the way he performed. And you look at the games that players like Tom Dearden and stuff had. Mate, Bizza was in for all money in the corner one time. Bizza post-contact meters are 10 meters regardless of where he is anyway. He's 5 meters out and the small little halfback has jammed in that much that he had to throw the ball back inside. What am I watching? Bizza's never been tackled like that.
Yeah.
His whole career. I was just I cannot believe what I just saw. So, mate, full credit to Queensland.
They always need something to...
They just had it. Full credit to Billy Slater. He just put on a clinic, really. He just got the boys up and... unfortunately, it's just another year that, I think Nathan summed it up really well, actually on his Instagram I saw, which...
I'll say while you're getting that up, I'd say Queensland always have to get around something, whether it's a small thing or a big thing. And obviously this game 2 was us calling them grubs, but game 3 was obviously this big thing. When Queensland get around something and they have something to get around, they seem just like an unstoppable force. And that's clearly they had Munster to get around and they all lifted themselves up for this game. So
it was not only that, there was also the narrative around Josh Papali'i coming out of retirement, which is an absolute masterstroke. Yeah. Honestly, full credit to Queensland. This is the final thing we'll say on it. We're not going to bag the boys at all. But Nathan's post, failure is filled with embarrassment, self-loathing and hurt. It is also a test of character, and in amongst that, that test is a chance to stand up, face it, and learn from it and get better. We move onwards and upwards. Thank you to all those who support me unconditionally. Big love.
I'll add one. Mate, he's the guy.
That's 5.
That's 5 in a row.
That's
right
5.
There. And one thing I will say, just going back to Origin, is a lot of the complaints were that obviously across the board it wasn't a great game from the Blues, but it wasn't just the Panthers players' fault.
Absolutely not.
And
there was absolutely not. Nathan's the biggest name, so he's going to cop it the most.
Yeah.
There was 17 players that didn't completely aim up, in my opinion. Yeah. It was a full...
It's a team game at the end of the day, and just blaming it on the Panthers boys.
We're absolutely not saying that the boys played well.
Yeah.
Dylan and Bizza held the gloves up.
And I'd say...
Marto broke his arm. Yowie was okay. Nathan was okay. But in those games, you expect them to step up, and that's where the expectation comes into it.
And unfortunately, it just didn't hit the mark this time. So, but as you said...
You know why... I'll just summarise this and we'll finish up. But why everyone is giving it to Nathan, this is why. Because now they've gone, oh, fuck. Another year when Nathan's got the shits and he's going to come out and win Penrith another comp.
And that's what I was... mate, I was just going to say the same thing, mate. Look, Cleary, he's got a chip on his shoulder now. And no one wants to see that. People know how good he can be when he plays great. They've seen it in the 2023 grand final. They've seen it in all the grand finals, in the big games. Unfortunately, on Wednesday, it wasn't the case, but that's only ever made him better.
There's a clip in one of the documentaries the 2023 year, and Romy didn't play the first semi against Parramatta. He was out injured with the shoulder, and Romy was mic'd up, and they went to Romy when Nathan set up the first try, and he goes, "Finals Iceman is different." Yeah. Finals Iceman's different, brother. Mate. All right, let's get on to your fan mail, your favourite segment. Let's go. Let's get into it, mate.
Great segment.
Love all your preparation here. You were a day early because someone made you do it.
Someone, the clock ticked, and I was like, oh, crap.
It got to a certain point, and I was like, this idiot's not going to fucking do it again, is he? So I had to make sure you do it. I even jumped on your TikTok live with you to play some Among Us.
Play some Among Us, mate. So, yeah, no, we got...
You going to give your girlfriend a shout-out?
We're going to just skip past that. So
we got that out.
Mate, yeah, I'm cutting that out. Dad listens to this podcast. I can't have that.
Oh, yeah. Can I name her?
No, so...
if I could remember a name, I would.
All right, here. Suey. Shout out to Suey. Legal Lads Podcast. Shout out to them, boys. Is Bizza the best winger ever?
Yes, next question.
Why? Give me a why.
His body of work. He's won 4 comps in a row. He's been to 5 grand finals. He has been instrumental in all of those. He's probably been in the top 3 players in the park in all of those, besides maybe last year when he went off injured with that 20 to go. He is a winger. So this is one thing I will say. He's not just a statistical winger. He's someone who influences games. Whereas, there's wingers that...
Alex Johnston
and he still influences games because he scores tries that other players don't.
Yeah.
But Bizza has a massive impact on games. He's another middle for us. He's safe as houses. I've dead set, someone's going to probably correct me here, but I actually genuinely can't remember a time he's had a bad game.
Yeah.
So it's a game where you go, what was that? Bizza?
Well,
I generally don't think there's been a game, and especially in the last 5 or 6 years. So, answer, yes. Why? His body of work, how consistent he is, and the fact that his bad games are 7.5 out of 10.
Well, I was going to say there was a statistical anomaly that only got broken this year, and it was the fact that every time he scored a try, we won a game. That only got broken this year.
Yeah, I know.
So
that's wild.
That's insane. How long has he been playing for us? 6, 7? He's been playing for us
longer, yeah.
A long, long time. And the fact that only broke this year is absolutely insane. He's also not your traditional winger. He's not that big, tall bloke. He's small, and he plays like a forward. He plays like a forward. And the comparison I was making earlier with Alex Johnston is Alex Johnston doesn't really play in the forward. He doesn't take the first, second, or third tackle. He usually just stays out on his wing. He's good at scoring tries. Absolutely amazing at scoring tries. He's nearly the top.
He's going to be the greatest
He's going to be the greatest ever. But
try scorer, that is.
Try scorer, not winger. But, he can go and score tries on the wing. But as you said, what Bizza does in the middle and is able to break a game open and is able to be a major key part on why we win games is, for me, why he stands out amongst the greatest and is the greatest.
It's going to be sad when AJ only holds that record for 5 or 6 years when Milky Jenkins takes it over.
Exactly. He's killing it, man.
All right, next question.
All right, shout out to Suey for that one. Caden, shout out to you. What team has overperformed or underperformed to your expectations this year? So one or the other. You can choose one. You can choose 2 teams if you like.
One of each. All right. Underperformed, I'll say Sharks.
I agree.
I think they kept the same roster as last year. They added Adam.
They improved.
Yeah. Can I speak?
Mate, I'm just doing what you did to me last week.
And you're still wrong. They added Adam Fanua-Blake, who is a top 3-4 prop in the game, and haven't necessarily improved as a team. They've actually gone backwards on the ladder, and in all statistical categories, they've gone backwards on the ladder. It kind of shows you, there's a little bit of nuance to that. So I think I'd say underperforming currently. I'd say Cronulla. Overperforming. There's a lot of help that goes with this, but it's the Canterbury team. Even on the weekend, the fact that Kick-Out I love Kick-Out, love him to death. He karate chopped Scott Drinkwater to the chin, and it was called a knock on. What are we even talking about? For 1908, that was a penalty.
It was a penalty in our game.
And it's literally the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. So I think they've definitely been got a little bit of the favour this year. They've performed well. They've done well. They've obviously been inspired by Crito and different things, but yeah, I think they definitely overperformed.
Yeah, for me, I think I'm going to agree with you on the Sharks. I think the Sharks, my take for them is I don't actually think they make the top 8. I think they do miss out on the 8 this year. They've just... we do have a Dogs fan in here.
You know what's funny? I wasn't even going to say that.
I know you would, and then he came in. So.
How good's the Cody?
That's great. Can you come on camera? Oh, my days. Mate, that looks beautiful, mate. My one. This looks beautiful, mate. So Joseph Shibasaki, who lost a bet.
Get on camera.
Mate, get on camera.
I lost the bet.
He lost the bet.
No, it's not Shibasaki. It's Shiba Hashisha. That's
Shiba Hashisha.
Anyway.
Mate, but yeah, I think, just going back to my point, I think the Sharks have just...
Get your own
No,
opinions.
my own
I feel
opinions...
like I'm listening to you talk.
No, I agree with you.
Fred's not in the room, mate. You can have your own
Oh,
opinion.
my days.
It's fine. You're allowed to have your own opinion.
But yeah,
Can you say someone other than the Sharks, please?
Mate, I genuinely think the Sharks. But I'll be different.
Do you want
Overperforming?
me to change?
No, overperforming the Raiders. I think no one expected them to be coming first right now. Well, mate, you didn't expect... Don't tell me...
I said they were top 4 at the start of the year.
Well, we need to get a clip or something because there is no one...
100%.
Every statistical analysis,
I actually
myself...
probably can get you something because my family do a thing and we put it out top.
All right, if you can, bring it in next week and prove me wrong.
Yeah,
you usually do, but I wanna be right for once. So
I'll prove you wrong. I'm 100% record so far proving you wrong. So yeah. I had them top 4. I didn't have them first.
Nah, but like
I had Penrith first though.
Yeah. So like I still have them overperforming. You know, they've done the impossible. They've been really good this year, and credit to them. They've proved everyone wrong. A lot of analytic people or like people on Fox League 9, everyone that had their predictions. All had them not even making the top 8. I had them in the bottom 4, personally.
You had them 16th. All right, can you please give us your next segment? This will be interesting. I know you've done some work on this, so I'm proud of you here. Harvey Norman women's game. You're not just going to say the Eels because they're coming second last, which is the most obvious pick of the year, but Harvey Norman women's, please take it away.
No, the Harvey Norman women's team, the Harvey Norman women's team, we got the draw this week against the Souths. It wasn't our best. Obviously, we've only had 2 games, but like over the trials, you know, we didn't have a great game. They scored a try. The South Sydney Rabbitohs scored a try in the first few minutes, and it rattled us. But we pretty much composed ourselves, got together, and we put on 22 points. It was really, really good. The girls really came back in that first half. The momentum was really, really good. I think halftime is what killed us. You know, players like Kahu Cassidy really showed up in that first half. A lot of the girls really showed up in the first half. And, you know, we looked really good. We looked really dangerous. And the potential of what we had in the first half looked really good. And if we can capitalize on that, it will look really good throughout the rest of the season. But unfortunately, we went into the sheds, came out the sheds, and they rattled us. The South Sydney Rabbitohs rattled us. We were causing errors. We just were ill-disciplined, letting off easy penalties. And they kept scoring. I think, you know, we have the potential there. And our defense as well, later in the game, you know, we stopped them from winning the game. And the girls, there was a lot of opportunities where South could have taken the game from us. And we did really, really well.
What was the final score? You haven't
the final score was 22-all. So it ended up in a draw.
So what you're telling me is we're still undefeated?
Mate, we're still undefeated, which is the greatest thing, you know, and I'm very proud of the girls, you know. As I said, their defense held up in the end. We woke up towards the end of the game. As I said, South had so many opportunities to potentially take this game from us, and we held on. And our first half, as I said before, the potential we have and what we showed is that we can be dangerous. We can put on points really, really quickly. We opened up the South's defense in the first half, and we absolutely punished them for it. So pretty much what we need to do there is we need to do it for 80 minutes or 70 minutes. And if we can do that, mate, we're going to be unstoppable. But shout out to the girls. They really, really tried hard. Obviously couldn't get the win, but we got the draw, which is the next best thing. Still undefeated. So shout out to the girls there.
Awesome. Great job, mate. See, when you do a bit of preparation, how good was that?
Mate,
that was the clearest you've ever spoke. I'm really proud of you. Well done. A little bit of preparation. Everyone, in the comments, please tell Flaxxy how proud of him you are.
I appreciate it, bro.
All right, let's get on to the fun stuff. The Riff Report. Sorry, that was fun stuff. The men's game. The Riff Report. So, mate, a 32-10 win, Battle of the West. The Battle of the West is always a a massive rivalry, a game that, we've dropped over the years, but I think going into this one, we're a little bit more desperate in a sense of where we are on the ladder and the situation of the season. Obviously both teams missing a few players. They were obviously missing some key players in Mitch Moses and whoever else they were missing, like a couple other players, I think. But we obviously were missing, Dylan, Bizza, Liam Martin, Scott Sorensen. Like, we were obviously missing players too. So both teams to the disadvantage there. I think we really showed how we're building into the season and how we're really, just got moving in the right direction. Some key players like even Snitty played really well. He moved into the middle and played that ball playing lock roll, which I thought was interesting. It was cool.
No, it was really good.
I think like our edges, like Isaac Tungo was incredible. That was probably his best game of the season, and it shows you that when the whips are cracking. I know you like to give him a lot of stick. I know that Fred likes to give him a lot of stick. But if you look at his body of work in big games, he's been outstanding. And on the weekend, he had an absolute blinder. Both wingers were outstanding. Paul Alamotti was great. Milky Jenkins was great. My boy Casey, the kid's an absolute stud. How good is that kid? Blaze, awesome. Lindsay Smith, I think, was the best player on the field. I think he got man of the match.
I think so. I'm not too sure about that, but he had an
Lindsay was outstanding.
Killer.
Probably showing him. Nelly probably should have played game 3 on that performance. He was really good. Yowie, when he has that run first mentality, was great. IPAP was great. Nelly mentioned everyone, so sorry if anyone I haven't mentioned, but the boys all stood up. Nathan came on, just ticked a few boxes. Iceman doing Iceman things, scored that try, went and put his feet up, put him on ice. I loved the press conference.
Didn't ask a single question about the game.
Did you hear the first question?
Oh, I didn't.
Had a paraphrase, but they essentially asked Ivan, what was with Nathan coming off the bench? And Nathan said, I told Dad I was playing. He goes, yeah, you're coming off the bench and you're going to play hooker.
Because of his performance in the Origin game.
Yeah, because your performance on Wednesday, which is a crack up. So, mate, I think it shows a positive in the right direction. I think even the Instagram page, when they posted a photo of Nathan and Isaiah getting ready and they just wrote leadership, just shows you the club's heading in the right direction. As we touched on earlier, a pissed off Nathan Cleary is not what a team wants to see in the finals coming up against us. So, to sum it up, finals Iceman hits different.
No, he's absolutely insane, man. I'm happy with it. The boys absolutely killed it, and it's just so finally good to see us clicking. And this is our fifth straight win. It's our 5th straight win, which is now gotten rid of the horrible 5 losses we had straight in the earlier part of the season. But yeah, you're right. Everyone clicked on. I called it with the Nathan Cleary shooting the gun thing, and I was really happy with that. Blaze didn't score, so I didn't get to see if he would do my try celebration.
Alamotti did the Elia Tapora. Yeah. How cool was that? Mate,
he was good. Tungo is suspended for a week. I don't know if we're fighting that.
No, it was a hip drop. He should get a week.
It's going to be interesting to see if Alamotti comes into the side. But yeah, I was really happy with the boys, and it was a big game. And usually, what I've heard and what I've seen is that we've lifted the Combank curse. We've gotten rid of it.
Was that 3 or 4 in a row? Three in a row? 4.
Well, we beat the Dogs there, we beat the Tigers there, we beat the Eels there twice, so that's 4, and we got the Tigers there in 2 weeks. So
hope you're right,
mate. Hopefully we've beaten this damn curse, because that ground was very naughty to us in our history.
Bogey ground, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the one that we just couldn't win on. So,
one thing I will say, because we're about to get the former Panthers in the league, how good was Iongi?
Mate,
Isaiah Iongi,
he is going to be what that team builds around. He's going to be the Clint Gutherson of that team. And
completely different players, mate. He's not going to be Clint Gutherson. He's going to be more like
Clint Gutherson was a massive leader.
But a completely different player.
Oh, completely different player. But as in terms of leader, they're going to build around.
Yeah, they'll build around him.
That's what I'm saying.
In a completely different way.
Yeah. Oh, in a completely different way. Not they're the same player, just the leadership side of things. But mate, he's an absolute gunner. I really hate that we got rid of him. I hate it. But who's going to replace Dylan?
Where's he going to play?
Exactly. So, no, he's killer.
Dane was good.
Dane was really good, man, and it sucks because it always seems that when a player is rumored to let go or this, they start not that he's only starting to play good, but he really showed up, and this is but we just don't have room for him.
Yeah, and as we sort of touched on last episode, mate, like I think it's time for him to sort of like fly the nest. He's 26, 27 now, so it's a good time to. He's done his apprenticeship twice behind Dylan. Like I think it's time for him to go be a starting fullback somewhere, whether it's the Super League or wherever he ends up. Probably Dogs or Tigers because they take everyone, but yeah, that's probably. I think it's time for him to go fly the nest, and we wish him the best. Like it's good for him.
Right.
Ex-Panthers in the league. I just instead of maybe touching on this for a while, I want you to give and I want you to take in. This is a question without notice, so this will be interesting with you.
Here we go.
But I want you to give your top 3 players that you'd like to come back, or if they stayed. But what I want from you is take into consideration who we have in those positions now. So, for example, like,
my first one for that is Critter.
Okay, so he takes Casey's spot?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's so hard. I think he's better than both Critter.
Yeah.
Both Critter, Otago and Casey, but I just don't know.
I just want you to think how they'd fit back into our squad now.
I think it would fit regardless what side he was on.
Cool.
But I think
who's number 2?
I'd bring Fish back.
Yeah.
I'd bring Fish back and whoever Lindsay Smith, he would just be back on the bench. I think that would be fine. Number 3, that's tough because I wouldn't, as much as I love Luai, I don't think I'd bring him back because I would love to see Blaze sort of blossom into the role that he's in.
Well, I was going to throw one at you then and go, would you go Luai back or would you bring back Birdo? I would go Luai, but I'm just interested to see what your opinion is.
I think I'd bring Birdo back over
Luai.
I think I just want to see Blaze perform, and this combination seems to be working now between Cleary and Blaze. So like I want to see where that blossoms. But if I was to bring 3 back, it'd be Fisher, Harris, Critter, and then probably Burden, and bring him in the centres because he's just another kicking threat. And I think
I'd go kick out. I'd go the first 2, and I'd bring Kicks back on left edge, and I'd play Sorrow in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't say Appy to replace Mitch Kenny.
Mate, why would Appy would make our side?
Appy's on the older side, mate.
Appy would be New South Wales Cup, but Penrith.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he would pick up.
Nah.
Mitch, did you watch the game?
I watched.
Give Mitch Kenny his flowers, kid.
Mate, he's been
Give
playing
Mitch
great.
Kenny his flowers.
He's been playing great. I can't hate on a player that's playing great. So... but those would be my 3. I think Burden, as much as I love Luai, I would love to see Blaze just grow up in that role. And then, you would have, I'd have Critter on Targo side and Birdo on Casey's side, and then you'd have that extra kicking threat on the on that side. So that'd be mine.
Cool. In terms of the other players in the league, did you
I didn't
watch many of the games?
I didn't watch too many of the games. There was I watched the Storm game, which I had my reservations about, but
talk me through that. What do you mean by that?
The Storm game, every week I tell you that I don't think the Storm. There's something's happening at the Storm. There's something missing, and they obviously they ended up winning by a good margin, but being down 8-6 at halftime, that's not Storm and they've been doing this a lot.
Let me just put something to you. The Dogs beat Para by the same margin as the Storm beat Newcastle on the weekend, a few weeks back, on King's birthday Monday. The Dogs they beat an understrength Para team, right?
Yeah.
At full strength. They came in here pounding their chests and carrying on like they've just won the comp. The same margin by a team who's better than Para, the Storm beat with dead set no one. Jerome Hughes was their only backline player that I think Nick Meaney is probably a centre, but he played at fullback. So that they're the only 2 backline players they had that were starters in their team.
Yeah.
Backline.
Oh, backline, sorry.
We're trying to film a podcast here, and Joseph's trying to carry on. And then now you're saying they've been absolutely terrible.
I haven't just.
They were your
now
exact words.
But I haven't been saying now. I've been saying
they're coming 2nd or 3rd or whatever.
Yes, but it doesn't mean I don't think they've been winning games. When they've won games, they've won them. They've smashed them.
This is what I think you're trying to say. No, let me. This is what you're trying to say. So they're making errors and probably doing it too easy and not being tested in tough games enough. And when they have been, they've been losing. So you think that's going to show up in finals time?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
They've not been absolutely terrible. They're coming second.
Yeah, like, I'm saying to their standards though, to Storm standards in the past few years, they've not been as good as they are now. Like, good as they have been. Like, you look at Storm. Storm in 2020 weren't making mistakes like this. They weren't playing games. They were winning and they were destroying, which they still are. But they weren't losing 8-6 at half time.
Yeah, but
they were winning 20
points. You got to look at the roster they had, mate.
But as I said, it's still to the standard of Craig Bellamy. Like, I know Craig Bellamy blows up even if they're winning by 50 points, but just they shouldn't be losing 8 points to 6. That's not the Storm we know. That's not the Storm we've seen. And I think when they come up, they've lost to the Raiders this year. They won by 6 points to us. That comes up in finals if they're playing like they are, and they're not playing 80 minutes of a game. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, I agree.
And if
I
they
agree
do,
with what you're saying.
And if they do that in the finals, they're going to lose.
I agree with what you're saying.
And so yeah, look, they been terrible this season? No, they're coming second. You can't be terrible and come in second. But in terms of,
so you take that back.
I'm reiterating what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm reiterating what I'm saying.
Work. I like this.
So yeah, are they doing terrible? No, but to their standard of previous years, they're not playing great.
If you have to pick 3 teams that can win the comp right now, who are they?
It would be Panthers. It would be, I think the Broncos are looking a bit dangerous, and look, I'm going to say the Storm, but I think the Raiders are overperforming, and I think the Dogs in the finals are very 50-50, depending on how they go, because they're still trying to figure out their lineup.
And the Warriors have injuries.
You
know what? I'm going to actually rule. I don't think Storm can win it. I just think what you were trying to say then, in a really roundabout way, is I agree with. I think that what they're doing now is going to show up in finals time. I think the Raiders are a massive chance to win the comp. Yeah, I think if Penrith don't win it, it'll be Canberra. And my smoke is Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane, they're just in form at the moment. They're the only
I think it scares me with Ben Hunt at hooker. And they just got so many weapons.
They're finally clicking. It took them half the season, but like what they're doing now is, I'm worried about it. And with Ezra Mann back, and he's got a point to prove, to everyone, because either he's getting booed at games or whatever, but he's got a point to prove. And then just that whole lineup, Madge has done something to him. He's finally got his system to work, and I think it's going to be dangerous in finals.
They play the Titans on the weekend, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I also think the Titans only should have beat them. So I just think on their best day, they're as good as anyone. But their worst days, so that's why I think they're a smoky to win.
So it's crazy that there's 3 teams that we've mentioned. Well, other than the Raiders, but there's 3 teams that we've mentioned that have been in the grand finals the past 3 years, which is what no one wants to see outside of Panthers or those fans.
No, I think Raiders will be in the grand final.
Yeah, it'll be insane. Imagine we can settle the debate once and for all, because we've won one against the Raiders. We also lost one against the Raiders, so that'd be cool.
I'm surprised you know that.
Mate,
you weren't even thought of when those.
No, I wasn't thought of in those days, but I was here for the Roosters one in 2003. So,
even you're supporting Para though.
Yeah, forced into it. But yeah,
he was supporting Para in 2001 when they got pumped by the Knights.
I wasn't born in 2001.
You 2002.
February 2002.
Jesus.
Yeah, mate. Come on, get with it.
Jesus.
But yeah,
mate, all good. Thank you for everyone who sent in those fan mail questions. I promise you he'll be even earlier this week. We might even have a Talking Cleary Pod Among Us game again next week. I'm keen as for that, just so you can introduce me to your girlfriend again. Guys,
we haven't spoken about next week's game.
Go on then.
Mate, who do we got? We got South. What is your score prediction?
24-8.
I was gonna say 26-10 or 26-12. I think what they did to us earlier in the season, we're gonna absolutely, because they did us earlier this year. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a big affair and another Nathan Cleary masterclass.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see.
We'll also have a full healthy squad, except for Liam.
It'll be interesting to see the makeup of the side, just in a sense of it's a 5-day turnaround after the boys have just played a 4 or 5 day turnaround already. So
Cleary come off the bench again?
No, I think Cleary will start, but I wouldn't be surprised if he carries Snitty on the bench. And then if we're if we're winning, I think he might give Nathan some minutes, but we'll see how we go.
Well,
Something to look at.
Liam's not playing and Tugger's not playing, so I could only assume Sorensen's back.
Yeah, which
so,
just means Garner goes to the centres,
Yeah.
or Paul.
or Paul Alamotti.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. It's going to be good.
Well,
Can't wait to see Sorensen. I've
Are
missed
you
him.
going?
Mate, of course I'm going. I go to every game. And also, we're still undefeated while doing the podcast.
We are.
And I'm still undefeated while wearing my 4-peat jersey. So,
Well, you know how we got with this game's at Combank. You know, you said Tigers in 2 weeks. This game's at Combank too.
yeah, but like in terms of like Western teams that use that ground as a home game.
Yeah,
home
okay.
game. So yeah, this would be game 5 for us then. Or game 5 for us.
Happy days.
Happy days.
But
yeah.
Yeah, as I said, guys, please keep sending in your questions, like, comment, subscribe, follow our Instagram page. We'll continue to follow the girls' game. We'll continue to follow the boys chasing 5. Mate, we done?
Mate, I think that's it.
All
There's
good.
nothing
Thanks,
else to
guys.
say.
Cheers.
Have a good one.